Pieza is a digital marketplace for motorcycle and automotive products from spare parts to motor oils to tires and spark plugs, and also one of the top 15 startups that joined the IdeaSpace Philippines 2021 Accelerator Program. Jonecca San Pascual is the founder and CEO of Pieza PH Automotive. Hello, Jonecca. Thank you for spending some time with us to have this conversation for the Startup Podcast.
Hello, Johnny. It's really great to be here, and it's great meeting you, and it's an honor to be a part of your startup podcast.
Okay, so let's start. So, ano ang Pieza?
Pieza, like what you mentioned as well, it's a digital marketplace for auto parts, and we accelerate growth of automotive retail businesses, and we use our unified e-commerce solutions to help vendors.
So, Pieza is an e-commerce platform and a digital marketplace for motorcycle and automotive products. So, maybe just to give a clearer picture for our listeners, ano ba yung range ng products na pwedeng mabili through Pieza?
We offer wide range of products. We have motorcycle parts, we have car parts, we also expanded to truck parts as well. So, basically, mga pyesa na kailangan nyo para sa mga motor, mga pyesa para sa kotse, and we also have tires, we also have accessories, we also have helmets, mostly mga pang automotive talaga na parts.
Yeah, okay. So just for our listeners to get to know more about motorcycles then and motorcycle parts, so maybe can you share a few of these parts and ano ba yung mga pinaka mabentang products sa Pieza and bakit sila hinahanap ng customers or ng users ng Pieza?
Mm-hmm. Sa ngayon, yung pinakamabenta talaga naming products, yung mga gulong, mga motorcycle tires. And last month, nag-run kami ng Facebook ads and we offered 200 peso discount sa mga gulong ng motorcycles, and siguro for that 2 weeks, we've acquired about 200 inquiries or more than 200 inquiries a day.
Wow.
Regarding dito sa mga tires and sa mga gulong. So, yan yung pinakamabenta talaga naming products as of the moment. And feeling ko kaya sa tinatangkilik ng maraming tao din kasi mura siya, and at the same time, yung binibenta namin kasi dito sa Pieza is just authentic products, and alam mong original and matibay siya na products. And with these tires, ino-offeran din namin siya ng freebies such as free sealant and free pito na madalas ding hanapin sa amin ng consumers. So, we're so lucky din na we found suppliers that can offer it to us in a very low price. And that's why we can also offer to our consumers at a very low price din naman.
Yeah, I think it's amazing na Pieza nga is like connecting the buyers and the sellers of motorcycle and automotive parts. So let's talk about that a bit, like yung e-commerce aspect ng Pieza. Sino ba basically yung buyers and why are they really buying? And what really can they get when they shop or when they buy at Pieza? Like ano yung value for them?
Yeah, so mga buyers namin usually yung may kotse, mga sariling motor, they are motorcycle owners, and syempre yung mga tao rin na gustong mag-DIY ng kanilang motor at kanilang mga kotse. And mga mekaniko din is one of our buyers, and kung meron silang mga clients or mga customers na gustong magpagawa sa kanila ng mga motor nila or sasakyan nila, pwede din silang bumili dito sa Pieza at a certain discount naman. And as of now, we're also offering wholesale prices, and yeah, yun yung mga ino-offer namin currently for the buyers. And from time to time, we offer discounts, lalo na pag may events like Halloween, Christmas, kaya we offer huge discounts and promos naman sa kanila. They just have to stay tuned on our website and sa aming Facebook fan page.
Okay, so ang question din siguro is, these buyers, like maybe instead of buying sa actual physical stores ng motorcycle and automotive parts, so bakit sila bibili like sa online platform? What's the difference kaya really?
Kasi medyo hassle kasi, syempre, lalo na pandemic, 'di ba? Lalabas ka pa and pupunta ka pa sa iba't ibang tindahan, and syempre minsan sa isang tindahan hindi naman sa lahat ng oras, nandoon yung product na hinahanap mo or yung item na hinahanap mo. Unlike sa website, pag pumunta ka, ang dali-dali lang niyang hanapin. All you have to do is to type in your product name, your item name, and then at the same time, pag nahanap mo na siya, malalaman mo, ay meron. So, just put in your details and then it will be delivered at your doorstep. And syempre, hindi lang sa Manila, but from Luzon to Mindanao, pwede namin i-deliver sa inyo yung products.
Yeah, actually, yung online marketplace nga, kasi when it's a marketplace, madaling maipon doon yung mga different sellers. So now, let's go naman sa sellers. Sino ba yung mga nagbebenta sa Pieza? And ano yung benefit for them if they sell their product dito sa Pieza?
For sellers naman, ang mga ideal vendors namin ay yung may mga motor shop and yung may mga auto shop and may binebenta silang pyesa sa kanilang mga tindahan. And syempre alam naman natin na kapag nagtayo ka ng isang tindahan, medyo limited yung audience reach mo kasi kung ano lang yung malapit sa'yo, yun lang yung nagiging target market mo, yun lang yung nagiging audience mo. Diba? Mahirap namang bumiyahe pa from Bicol yung isang consumer kung ang tindahan mo nasa Valenzuela. Diba? So, what we offer vendors is syempre to help them widen their reach by putting their products online. Sa amin naman, 'di ba, unlike any other marketplaces out there, we have a done-for-you system. Yung done-for-you system namin, meaning if you avail of that service, kami na yung bahalang mag-upload ng products para sa iyo online and wala ka nang gagawin. Ang bibigay mo na lang sa amin is your price list and yung team namin, yung Pieza team, will be the ones to upload your products. Hindi lang sa website namin, pero sa iba't iba pang marketplaces, kagaya ng Lazada and ng Shopee.
Wow, amazing. So you really make it easy for the sellers and also the buyers. Like even providing a marketplace nga and maybe you have some marketing then. So now let's go naman, like what really makes Pieza different from other e-commerce solutions? Aside from being just specialized sa motorcycle and automotive parts, like ano yung special features maybe na meron si Pieza sa platform ninyo?
I think yung isa sa mga sinabi ko kanina, like the done-for-you system, kami lang ata yung nag-o-offer na niyan sa mga lahat ng e-commerce stores or most of the e-commerce or marketplaces, online marketplaces out there. As of now, or to the best of my knowledge, Pieza lang yung nag-o-offer niyan sa mga vendors. Kasi sa ibang marketplace, kailangan ikaw ikaw mag-upload mismo, ikaw maglalagay ng information. Alam naman natin sa automotive stores or sa mga gantong industry na sa isang tindahan, napakadaming products yung pwedeng ilagay online. And syempre, kung nagbabudget ka, medyo magastos kung mag-hire ka pa o papasahod ka pa sa mga taong dapat mag-upload ng mga products mo online. So that's why we help you out by offering done-for-you system, and at the same time, nag-develop din kami ng tinatawag naming barcode scanner app. Ito naman yung para sa mga gusto nila, sila yung mag-upload ng products online. Meron kasi kaming mga pricing plan na pwede para sa mga gustong mag-avail ng done-for-you and pwede naman doon sa mga gustong sila na rin mag-upload ng products nila online. So, itong barcode scanner app na ito is all they have to do is just to scan the barcode of their products and then through that, pwede mong i-edit na yung mga information such as yung product name mo, product price mo, and then yung product stock mo, and even the dimensions and all that. It's just 1 minute. From there, ma-upload na siya sa database namin, and from our database and your dashboard, pwede nang i-connect yung information na yon sa Lazada at Shopee, saving you a lot of time and saving you a lot of cost. So yun yung technology na ino-offer ng Pieza as of the moment.
Yeah, it's amazing kasi you really offer this kind of service as sellers. You make it seamless and easy for them. So can we just get, if possible, like numbers, like gaano ba karami yung products or maybe like yung partners ng Pieza?
Bago lang yung Pieza, I think we just operated this March of 2021, and as of October, nakapag-accumulate kami ng almost 500,000 revenue
Wow.
in those months and 90% month-on-month growth. And we're also expecting the numbers to double in the first to second quarter of next year kasi we're onboarding a lot of vendors and we're uploading a lot of products in our marketplaces. So ngayon, nagiging kilala na si Pieza and marami na nagiging partner si Pieza. Naghahanap kasi kami ng mga partner na aside from mga automotive stores, aside from motorcycle shop stores, naghahanap din kami ng mga distributors and distributors din na maraming branches nationwide. And so far, we were able to partner up with these distributors. And because of that naman, malaki din yung naging growth ng Pieza because of them as well.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Yeah, I really think very exciting yung growth pa ng Pieza in the future. I can really see like the exponential growth nito like with what you've shared nga. So maybe let's know then, paano ba nagsimula si Pieza? Ano ba yung story behind? And especially I want to ask, bakit motorcycles and bakit automotives? Like, is this your interest ba as a team or as a person?
To give you the story behind Pieza, alam mo, I've been asked that question a lot. And just to give you the story behind this, I was 23 when I started my own motorcycle shop.
Oh.
So I was able to build my own motor parts store. And kaso after 4 years, I had to sell it because I was too young. I'm not even like sure of the business yet and all that. But I was able to learn kasi that skill because my parents own automotive stores and motorcycle stores. So before I started my own motor parts store, nag-train muna din ako sa dad ko as a store manager. So I was able to learn the ins and outs of the business and I was able to memorize or even know more about the parts and the cars, the brands and all that. So I was very lucky that my dad trained me for building the store. So after I sold the business a few years, I felt like a failure. So I quite felt na hindi ko lang na-fail yung business, but I also failed my parents. And then during the pandemic, I saw the struggle in their business. Nakita ko na there were some challenges in terms of sales and revenue kasi nga it's pandemic. And since I do have a digital marketing background, I decided to step up and help them upload their products online and market their products online. So when I did that, I saw the revenue came in. And that's why I thought that I could not just help my parents, but I could also help other automotive vendors in the industry. And we did a survey, we ran in the streets of Banawe, and we learned that hindi lang pala yung parents ko talaga yung may struggle in terms of putting their products online, but a lot of businesses, automotive businesses here in the Philippines, merong ganong problem. Most of them think that putting their products online are just too much of a hassle, or most of them think that they're already okay with the physical stores, and so some of them don't have any Lazada or Shopee channels.
I think it's an amazing story. Like, first of all, simula pala, medyo bata ka pa. Like, you're really knowledgeable already about motorcycles and automotives. I think it's not a failure story naman, like what happened with your physical store. Because I think it's a great experience and a great learning. Kasi if that didn't happen, like, this wouldn't happen right now. So, actually, I've heard many stories like that, na they started with like a physical store and then they thought na, digitalization and like putting these things online, marketing online, can actually not just grow my own business, but can also help other entrepreneurs, other business owners. Let's talk specifically naman about motorcycles. Kasi in the Philippines, is it true ba na the Philippines can become a hub for motorcycle production? And what do you think ba of motorcycle users in the Philippines? Do you think dadami pa ba yung mga gumagamit dito ng motorsiklo? What do you think in general for the motorcycle industry and motorcycle ownership and usage dito sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, Johnny, no, just to tell you a story as well. I was able to learn how to ride the motorcycle when I was in grade 3.
Wow.
And
And me
actually,
until now, I don't know how.
yeah, ano naman yan, madali lang naman yan, para lang nagbibisikleta. But yeah, I was just joking my dad about it. Sabi ko, pa, can you buy me a motorcycle? Ganyan. And then, kinabukasan, nandiyan na yung parang scooter pa kasi yun motorcycle. So, automatic. And that's where I learned how to ride a motorcycle. And yeah, regarding your question, we did some research and we've learned that 55% of the whole population in the Philippines own a car and motorcycle.
Yeah.
And it is expected that by 2024, it will double the population of car owners and motorcycle owners. Just to tell you a story as well, when we bought pickup truck in Manila 2 years ago, the agent told us that they cannot process our request right away because at that day alone, they have processed about 50 buyers of cars.
Yeah.
So that day alone, 50 buyers for just one branch and one brand. So how much more if there are the same amount of buyers in other branches and other automotive brands? And so that's why I also learned that the population of car owners, is really growing. And as they say, or according to research, you only spend 30% in buying the car, but you spend 70% in maintaining the car.
Yeah.
So every 3 months, you have to change oil and you have to do a checkup in your car. With this industry, with the automotive retail industry, it's really growing. And the more buyers for the car owners, the more you need to maintain the cars and the more spare parts you need to have, and the more it will become in demand.
Yeah, pero I want to ask lang maybe some insights or perspective. Your personal opinion. Sa tingin mo, bakit kaya dumadami yung car users and motorcycle users sa Philippines?
Mm-hmm. I think it's mainly because of convenience.
Yeah.
Most of the time kasi, a lot of us would want comfort. Diba? I think that's one of the value that as a Filipino, we are willing to have comfort, security, and of course, yung feeling na you are one of the VIPs, diba? Pag meron kang kotse or pag meron kang motor or meron kang service na nagdadala sa'yo from point A to point B. And siguro one thing as well is yung marketing strategy ng mga automotive stores or yung mga brands. And like for example, Toyota, like for example, Ford, they really offer their cars at zero down payment, diba?
Very cheap actually.
Oo, so for Filipinos, diba, parang sa atin, marami nang may kaya to afford a car.
Yeah.
And for them, they will allot budget per month for the sake of comfort and for the sake of security na din for them. Kasi magkano lang din naman per month ang isang kotse and ang isang motor.
So let's go naman sa experience ng Pieza as incubatee ng IdeaSpace Philippines just this like a few months or several months ago. So maybe can you share first, why did you join this program? And second, maybe can you share with us some of your learnings or like your experience in this program?
Mm-hmm. We are so honored that we were included among the top 15 in IdeaSpace. And for us, this is our first time applying for incubation. And we're just so lucky that our first time we were able to get in and of course be able to enjoy all the privileges that IdeaSpace has to offer. During the first few months, we were able to get our own coaches, our own mentors, and every Tuesday we have lessons to learn about startups, and it varies, learning about your business model, learning about how you could build your UVP, learning about accounting, learning about digital marketing, learning about social media marketing. So there is a lot of lessons and there are a lot of benefits in joining these incubation programs. And looking back to where Pieza was at before joining IdeaSpace, we were really a small startup. But after a few months of joining IdeaSpace, we've grown a lot, not just in terms of revenue, not just in terms of sales, but we've grown a lot in terms of developing our business model and developing our technology. Because before, we didn't know how we could further help our target market with technology or with other means. But now we were able to get that clarity in terms of our business roadmap and our technology roadmap. One of the things that I can share in terms of what benefits did we have or did we acquire in joining IdeaSpace. And probably the second one is learning more about our business, and not just our business, but learning more about my team, learning more about my co-founders, and learning more about how to better manage employees, how to better manage my team, and how to better collaborate with them and, grow as one. So that's what I've learned in an IdeaSpace. And probably third benefit that I could share with you is definitely the connections.
Yeah.
So IdeaSpace has contributed a lot in terms of connecting us to different startup communities, to different potential investors, to different partners and different mentors that could help us achieve that growth that we desire as a startup.
Yeah, and speaking of that, so ano naman yung nakikita niyong growth for Pieza? Or maybe you can share what is your vision for Pieza in the future?
Our vision for Pieza is to also expand in different industries such as the industrial industry, electronics industry, and the construction industry. That's one field that we're really looking at, and we plan to expand in Southeast Asia. It's in the roadmap, and the plan is ongoing, and hopefully we could achieve that in the next few years.
Yeah, okay. So for our final question, so maybe let's go a bit personal, because I viewed your LinkedIn and your Facebook profile, and I found that you're also a success coach and an NLP coach, a corporate trainer, a public speaker, and also a part-time gangster.
That is too personal, I think.
But I think it's part of our personality rin naman, when we share.
Yeah.
So, but maybe just can you share itong background na to, and maybe why did you choose to become a startup founder and also the CEO of Pieza? How's the transition ba?
So siguro pakwento ko na yung talagang naging transition ko from being an entrepreneur and being a success coach as well. Because my parents own automotive stores. My dad was able to put up 7 branches of automotive stores in the whole Philippines. It was 2002 when we experienced bankruptcy.
Oh.
We got bankrupt, and because of that, we had to move to the province and study there. And I was supposed to go to college, but then I asked my dad if I can go to college, and then my dad said we couldn't afford it. So I had to work, and my first job is being a service crew in Jollibee. And from there, I was able to work as a call center agent after that. And then when I worked as a call center agent, I was able to fund also my study in college. In the next few years, I also learned that my parents slowly coming back from their old setup, and they were able to put up again some branches of automotive store. Yeah, but then at that time, I just decided to work as a freelancer. So that's where I've gotten my experience as a marketing strategist. So I worked as a marketing strategist, and Because of that as well, I was able to save enough money and put up my own motor parts store.
I see.
When I had to sell it after 4 years, it was when I felt like a failure, and I had to do some soul searching, and that's why I attended some seminars, self-development seminars. I've also gotten my license as a neurolinguistic practitioner, where I used that tool as a success life coach. Those 2 years, I was just attending courses and learning, and discovered my career as a coach and a public speaker as well. So that was before pandemic. And during the pandemic, that's when I saw the struggle in my parents' businesses. And that's when I knew I just had to step up and help them. And that's why I've created this startup. It's not just for my parents, but also for all the automotive businesses that will need our help.
Yeah, it's an amazing success story, actually, hearing this transition story. Basically, it's actually inspiring to hear for other people. I think it's a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much, Jonecca. This is a wonderful episode of Startup Podcast. So maybe just for our listeners, if they want to connect with you or want to know more about Pieza, how can they find you?
Please do feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. You can just search for Jonecca San Pascual, and please do follow our Pieza fan page. You could just search for Pieza Automotive. And we also have a Facebook group. It's Pieza Philippines. So I hope to connect with you, and I'm looking forward to hear from you if you have suggestions or if you would like to partner up with Pieza. Please do so. And if you would like to buy parts, feel free to visit our site. It's www.pieza.ph.
Yeah, so if you're a motorcycle user or a car user, you can buy from Pieza's digital marketplace. So thank you so much, Jonecca. This is a really wonderful and inspiring conversation. I really know that many of our listeners can know and will be inspired from you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnny. Thank you for having me here. It's an honor to be a part of your podcast. Thank you.
Thank you so much.